Are we on?
Check. It's good.
Can y'all hear me?
You got it?
Yeah.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. What up, world? It's your boy GM. Today, I got a really special guest, man. I got a real cool story for you today, man. And a very young talent. He's only 19 years old. Videographer. And just overall cool dude, man. I met this young man coming in my job, man, all the time. It's my boy Cii, a.k.a. Cinematic Cii. What's up, bro?
What's good, y'all? How y'all doing today? You know what I'm saying? Cii, a.k.a. Cinematic Cii, a.k.a. Reckless Cii. I'm all of them, a.k.a. Disabled Gang. You know what I'm saying?
Disabled Gang, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Disabled Gang. I'm going to be talking about that, too, in the episode today. You know what I'm saying? So be tuned. Stay tuned for that, and I want to thank y'all for having me on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because y'all could have got
Thank
anybody.
you for coming all the way down.
Because y'all could have got anybody, but y'all picked me, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Straight from the heart, bruh. And I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Real Bay love. You know what I'm saying? It's genuine.
From the 650 to the 415,
Hell
man,
yeah.
it's all Bay love.
Hell yeah.
The day, or a couple days after the 49ers lost the Super Bowl and choked.
Man.
I don't even want to talk about it.
It was a rough
one,
man.
Bitter.
It was a rough one, man.
I'm still bitter. Yeah, Charlie turned around and gave me that look. I know he mad too.
Yeah.
I know he mad too. He ain't watched the game in 3 years. He mad than a motherfucker. All right, well, hey, you know what? I wanted to start this. You know, it goes different every time. We never have like a setup. My bad. We don't have like a setup. You know, way we go about things. But today, I just wanted to kick it off and let's get the elephant in the room out the door, man. Like you were saying, Disabled Gang, brother.
Disabled Gang, yep.
I want to know, man. Tell me about your condition, brother.
So my condition is called vatersyndrom. It's spelled Vater and then syndrome. For those of you who want to do further research up on Google and furthermore. So what I have, it affects my arm, my stomach, my anus, my tonsils, and then my fingers, and then my spine. My spine. And so
that's heavy.
And so when I was born, my spine was crooked, so I have scoliosis. So I had to have surgery within the first couple months of being born on my spine.
Wow.
Otherwise, they said that if I didn't have the surgery, I wouldn't have grown.
Oh, wow.
And so I need the surgery, and so I have like a small scar. And then later on, as I got older and my mom was trying to potty train me, she noticed that I couldn't go to the bathroom as normal kids. And so we went to the doctors, and they said that, he's bowel incontinent, and they found out that my muscle didn't work. And so they went in to try to do surgery about that. And then from that, I had to just always wear pull-ups. And then for my arm, it was nothing really they could do about the arm. They could try to fix it, but then if they did fix it, I wouldn't really have like fully functional capabilities like how I could use it with my left arm. You know what I'm saying? Like I can do everything with this arm, but if I was to get it fixed, it would just be kind of flimsy. So I was like, nah, I didn't want to do it. And then
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I got a brother. I got 4 sisters, and then I got 2 brothers. Yep.
Where do you rank? Are you like the baby?
I am the middle child. I'm the middle child. Yeah.
Okay, J. Cole.
Yeah. You already know. Shout out to J. Cole. You know what I'm saying?
So
100.
Does this affect any of your other siblings at all?
No. I'm the only one in the family with the disability.
Okay.
Yes, and a fun fact about my disability, they said it happens one in 10,000, I think. 1 in 10,000 people, and they say that the reason why Vater syndrome occurs is because it's something that happens in the cells during the first early stages of the cell development inside the embryo, and they don't really know anything much more than that. They just know something kind of went left when it was supposed to go right, and
are there schools? I mean, I'm sure there's schools studying it. Who are the main people kind of studying that right now?
I'm not really sure about the main people who's studying it, but they're trying to study to see like what causes it, and then how you could prevent it.
Okay.
Yeah, like that.
So, you know, you go by, well, you don't go by, but you know, you claim disabled gang.
Yeah, you already know. You know what I'm saying?
But do you think of it as a disability?
I look at it as both. I look at it as a disability, and then I look at it as like something you can embrace. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at this as like, okay, I do have a difference. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you don't see every day.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, you know, since I was born with it, I'm just gonna like, you know, kind of deal with it, and just like as I got older, I just kind of learned to live with it and find love with it and love my disability, and I just came up a saying that I have that's my disability is not a limitation but an invitation to do great things.
Okay.
So therefore I don't let my disability kind of stop me from
Yeah.
doing what I'm doing, you know.
Yeah, man.
And I want people to have a good image of a disability. You know, just because you got a disability, it don't mean that you can't do that. You probably just got to do it your own way.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So like that.
100.
And that's where disabled game come from.
I got you.
You know
Yeah, because you just don't strike me as the type of person to let something hold you back. You know.
Yeah,
and
I appreciate that.
And I don't know. I feel like throughout your whole life, you kind of didn't let this hold you back either.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So growing up, did you play sports or did you do anything? Like, did you? What were you into?
Growing up in like elementary, it was hard because like, you know, when you're young, it's like the kids, they kind of notice it, but then they don't notice it. And then like whenever you guys would be in the group, you guys would partner up, and then I was like always the odd man out, and then I would always be like the one who wouldn't get picked, and the one that the kids would bully and stuff. And I would go home to my mom and cry and tell her like, oh, the kid said this, the kid said that. And then there'll be days to where I wouldn't even want to be in the school.
Yeah.
Or even go to school, and I would hate my disability.
Yeah.
And then there'll be days where I go and cry to my mom, and I tell her I wish I wasn't born with this. And then she was just like, God made me this way for a reason. And I was just like, what reason did he make me have to suffer through all this? Like, I was going through depression, stress, all that, but I had my mom there to help me go through that.
You
So
guys
I'm
seem
thankful
like you
for
guys
my
got a
mom.
real tight relationship.
Oh yeah, I'm real close like this with my mom. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm real close with my mom. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Bert, take me through that. You know, that's something that we don't, or that I haven't really talked or touched on much in this, or even asked people about. But how did you make it through kind of dealing with depression, and especially when it's not just depression that some people have where they just have it for no reason, but it's for a certain reason, you know, as in this case, the disability.
Yeah. So one of the number one ways on how I dealt with depression was through Xbox, because I noticed that like when I play the Xbox, I would be really good. And you
Okay.
know, whenever you good on Xbox, people will be like, hey, yeah, you want to play a game? And then plus on Xbox, the kids, they don't really see what you look like behind the TV.
100. Yeah, man.
So it's like, okay, he don't know I'm playing with 8 fingers, and he don't know I got all these disabilities, but he know I can get the job done.
And you still getting them.
And I'm still getting them. And they probably, and some of them, I told some of my close friends on Xbox, and some of them don't.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of them to this day still don't know that, wow, that kid had 8 fingers, and I played against him and lost.
Yeah.
You know, so
Are you like a serious gamer, or are you just like
you
just mess around
I
with it?
used to be, but as I got older, I kind of departed to like going out more and adventuring out into the social life and stuff. So I kind of don't really be on the Xbox that much, but I got to get back on it. I'm slacking.
Hey man, some of these kids, they be making some bread.
Hell yeah,
Man.
man, that 2K tournament, bruh.
I
You
mean,
hear
have you
about
seen
that?
I haven't heard about that, but I've seen these tournaments in Korea where there's like,
Oh yeah, like
100,000 people.
League of Legends.
oh man, that's
that's
crazy.
big. And
That's
Fortnite.
bread. So tell me about that, man. How does that work? How does that work with with how do you handle the controller?
So the way
see this.
so the way I play, I got a video up on my YouTube too. If y'all want to go check it out.
Oh, we gonna get into the YouTube.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying. Me play Xbox. So
Okay.
the way I play, I gotta have the controller kind of in my lap on the right side, and I gotta play the Xbox controller, because Xbox controller is the only controller really that fits perfect with my arms.
Okay.
So it's like
It's
It's
built for
perfect.
you.
It's built for me.
Built for Cii.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hell yeah.
So okay, so you kind of stick it up to your hip and you kind of just
Yep.
wedge it in place.
Like right there, yup, and play with it, yup. And then I kind of gotta have like my foot kind of up like right there, so I can. Depending on what game it is, like if it's a racing game, then I have my foot down because I just gotta press the R2 button. But if it's like a like Call of Duty,
all gas,
I gotta,
no brakes,
you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, you already know, you already know, bro, you already know. But if it's like Call of Duty, I gotta kind of have my foot up, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta be on your 10 toes. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta see this, man. I gotta check that out on the YouTube.
Yep.
So speaking of which, I saw, and I told you earlier, man. I got two hands and I got problems rolling up. I saw you just put up a video, how to roll a blunt with one hand.
Yep.
So how did that idea come about?
So that idea came about from my brother. Like when I turned 18, you know what I'm saying. We was like smoking and stuff, you know what I'm saying. And then I was like, hey, bro, I want to know how to roll. And then at first he gave me the little raw, you know, the raw roller
the cones?
kit, the little cones.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I started off with. And I was like, you know what, bro, I want to smoke like the OGs. I want to smoke the blunts. And then he was like, you know what, bro, you got a long ways. You got to practice. So I was like, you gonna teach me? And then he was just like, yeah. So I just practice. And then one day I was just like, you know what, bro, I'm gonna get this. And I just felt it, and it was a Swisher Sweet, bro. I never forget the day. I love Swisher Sweets too, by the way. That's my favorite pack. But as you know, as I was saying, though, I just rolled it up.
Got to get a promotional from them. They can plug you with some money.
Hell yeah, Swisher Sweets, you know what I'm saying? Sweet cream. I love sweet cream.
Okay.
But I was just rolling it, you know what I'm saying? And at first it rolled up, but it wasn't tight. But I still rolled it, and then I just practiced a couple more, and just boom,
finally
I got it down.
Yeah.
I was perfect.
Yeah.
That's all it takes is just some time. You gotta master it.
Mm-hmm.
Practice take time.
Yeah, I get spoiled rolling up, man. It's like, especially working at the club.
Yeah.
But you know what? I also saw you on your YouTube reviewing the carts. Yep. The Raw Garden carts.
I love Raw Garden. Yep, you already know,
Raw Garden is the ones.
Hell yeah, that live resin, man.
We need to link up, man. We need to link up, man. I mean, I work at the damn Cannabis club. We need to go review some shit, bro. I'll bring through a little party pack.
Hell yeah.
We'll do that.
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that for sure.
So, you know, we kind of heard a little bit about, you know, growing up.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you know what? Let's double back.
Yeah.
I mean, we touched on it briefly. You know, we talked about 415 and San Francisco linking up. So, where'd you grow up?
I grew up right there up on Shafter, College Street from the fire department. You know what I'm saying? Frisco, 415.
What is that?
Up in Bayview?
It's in the Bayview.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I mean, probably a couple blocks from me then. There.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like growing up there, man?
Growing up there, it was cool. I had a couple lifelong friends that I met up there. Anthony, Piollo, Wiljo, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my day ones over there.
For sure.
We got a whole bunch of memories over there from fights. My mom's window got busted.
Oh no.
From us playing baseball.
Oh well.
Out of all the windows, we hit her window. It was terrible.
It happened like that.
Yep.
It happens like that. So, what growing up over there? What kind of brought you to video?
What brought me to video? Well, I always did like YouTube my sophomore year, and before I started YouTube, that's kind of where I started the disabled game from. I was like, you know, I'm kind of going to start a movement, and so that's where the disabled game and YouTube like go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And so how I got into the videography stuff, I just did my YouTube stuff and just edited my videos. And then like 4 months ago, my sister, she needed like a cooking video, so I was like, okay, I guess I could do a little cooking video for you, and I did it for her, and she liked it, and I was like, you know what, I could like really turn this into a career.
Yeah.
And I just went full throttle with it.
Yeah.
And I just been hit
with. Did you teach yourself?
Been hit with so many blessings. Yeah, self-taught all up on YouTube.
Did you take classes? You didn't take no classes in school or nothing? All self-taught.
All self-taught, because I've always been like good with technology.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you were telling me you even did a music video for some people.
Yep.
Just on your iPhone.
All on my iPhone. Yep.
Which model was that? iPhone what?
iPhone. It was the iPhone XR.
iPhone XR.
Yep.
I
iPhone
don't even.
XR, the blue one.
Is that the 10 or is that?
It was the one
Oh,
that
that was
the
like it's not the 10. It's the X,
it was the
right?
one that I think so. Yeah, it was the one that came out like 2 years ago. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. I
2018.
know the one you're talking about. I
Yeah.
got you. I got you.
Hell
So, did you know how to do it only on phone at that point, or did you know how to do a little
Cause
bit?
that's all the equipment that I had at the time was just the iPhone,
Yeah.
and so I was just like, you know what? I just looked on YouTube like how to do a music video on the iPhone, and they showed me what apps to use, and I was like, you know what? I'm finna do me a music video. I'm gonna find me someone who want a music video,
Yeah.
and God put two and two together, and He blessed me with the opportunity. Look, do this music video. You know what I'm saying? And I did it, and boom,
There you go.
blessings.
There you go. So, what was the first? What's the first camera you bought?
My first camera I bought is that one right there.
What kind you got? What is it?
The Nikon, the Canon PowerShot SX540
Okay.
HS.
I'm learning about the cameras. I'm trying to get into the just for fun. You know what I mean? Like definitely listen, you can ask Charlie right here. I am the least technical person when it comes to shit, bro. Like I'm not good with technology.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm getting too damn old.
it's all good.
I'm damn
It's
near
all
30.
good.
You know what I mean?
It's all good.
Well, actually, damn near. I am 30. Shit.
Ooh.
But oh man, the youngster said, oh man, a little funny story.
You still young though, bro. You
I
still
be trying.
man. You got
be
your
trying.
whole life ahead of you.
Oh,
Still.
100.
Yeah, you got your whole life ahead of you still.
It was funny the other day. This dude was driving crazy over down the street over in my neighborhood,
Yeah.
and we ended up having to pull up next to each other, and he shot a look at me, and I was just like, man, why you driving crazy, man?
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he goes, oh man, you probably drove crazy when you were young. And I looked at him. This dude looked older than me. But
Nah.
man, I was like, damn, I'm old. Nah. Not really though. It's just jokes. But no, that I was tripping. Not really tripping. I was tripping out. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, damn, this dude thinks I'm old.
Yeah.
It was crazy. But nah, man. Tell me about what you have planned for the videos moving forward from here. Like, what do you see yourself doing? I know you're in YouTube. I know you've done music videos, and I bet you still want to do it.
Yeah.
But what else do you have planned in with videography and photography for that matter? I don't know if you do it.
So like my whole plan with everything is I want to like get my YouTube successful, and then I want to launch my videography business, and then I want to launch just everything with Disabled Gang, and just have a whole bunch of merchandise and stuff for y'all coming soon.
Okay.
Yep. So that's what y'all can expect within the next couple months too. Is some merchandise dropping.
Do you link up with any other people that have disabilities or handicaps? And
No, not yet. I've done a couple videos up on YouTube, like about confidence and then how to love your disability. But so far, I haven't really met anyone yet with a disability in person. So
there
far,
gotta be some people, man. We gotta get you linked up because you collaborate with people. You know what I mean? You meet people, and it just go up from there, man. That's the beauty of this podcasting thing that I'm loving. Like, the more I meet people, the bigger the network gets. And I meet one person, and he'll introduce me to 10 other people.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how your network just gets bigger and bigger, and you cast a wider net. And a lot of people, and me myself included, like sometimes I'm like just not in the mood for like meeting new people or reaching out. But I realize like why that's so important, and that sense of community that comes from, messing with each other, messing with other people. You know what I mean, and just growing as a collective,
and getting out there as a whole. Yup.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need.
So what type of like merchandise and what type of Disabled Gang videos and stuff we got coming soon?
Oh man, I got some skit videos. You know what I'm saying? I got some funny skits coming soon with the Disabled Gang.
Okay.
And then the Disabled Gang, I got some T-shirts. The T-shirts. Y'all gonna love the T-shirts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stay Stay tuned for the t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? And then also, too, you know what I'm saying, I might have my own weed strain coming soon.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
Yep.
What? Tell me about that. I got,
Oh,
I'm working
I
it.
can't,
You can't talk. You don't have to tell us the secret.
I can't really say too much on that right now, but just know this, though. When y'all smoke it, it's going to be the truth.
Okay. All right, we gonna have to get that up in there at
Hell
Elevated.
yeah.
You feel me?
Hell yeah.
So
Yep.
while we on to the weed, let's talk about how that actually helps your disability.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of places in not just the country but in the world where it's illegal. I mean, even in the Philippines, it's people are dying just for having weed. The president,
That's crazy.
they're killing people for this plant. So I'm passionate about
I am
cannabis.
too. I'm all for cannabis. It's a plant. It's something in the plant for everybody.
100%. It's the healing of the nations, man. It's the healing of the body
It is.
too.
And cannabis, man, I'm so thankful that I found.
If you're 21 and
cannabis
over or have a doctor's
Yep.
recommendation.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta let them know. You gotta let them know.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, what helps you? What before we ask what helps you, like like we were talking earlier, like the conditions
Yes.
that you have and you have pain.
Yes.
And what other type of ailments do you get from this handicap?
So my handicap, I have back pain and then I have stomach pain.
Okay.
And so my stomach pain, since I'm battling content, when I eat and my body processes food, it processes food differently. So sometimes my stomach could really like cramp. It could feel like somebody is just kicking
Stomping
me.
on you.
It's just stomping on me, and then
Yeah.
it'll hurt. And then the doctors, they would give me some laxative to try to get rid of it, but it would just make it worse.
Make you feel
And then-
sick,
It
probably.
would, man, and then plus two, it would be days where I would miss school
Yeah.
because of it. And I was like, nah, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And so I'm just thankful I found cannabis because it takes the pain away and it just makes it easier.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just thankful, and this is something that we need for the world. Like everyone needs access to this.
It's crazy because this plant has been here since the beginning of time.
Yes.
It's in every book in history that people have ever talked about. Studies have been showing since what the 40s
The 40s,
that cannabis
yeah.
can help,
Cannabis can help. Yep.
but because of money and
The
politics
money and the pharmaceuticals. Yep.
that they want to and keeping people incarcerated.
Yeah.
Like
that too.
that's another rabbit hole. Maybe for another
It's
time.
crazy.
But I don't talk enough. I don't really talk about like politics that much, or I try to touch more on society. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's just sad when you see like places in Louisiana where there's people that are spending like 10-year sentences for
A gram of weed, like
or less,
It's
or even less.
It's ridiculous, and they could be spending time doing other things that really needs help in the community. Like, come on, it's just a sack of weed. It's not gonna kill you.
Yeah.
It's medicine.
And this this is a podcast. I'm not a documentarian. I'm not a journalist. I heard somewhere that maybe this is California. I don't know if this is every place.
Yeah.
But I heard that like it almost costs like $3,000 a day to house an inmate.
Oh yeah, I heard that too.
That's big money.
Yes, it is.
I
And
mean,
then there's also a significant difference in the amount it costs to house a white inmate as well.
well, so tell me about that.
I'm not so sure on the price of it because I forgot the price, but the black people in the prison system, they are worth more in the prison system. That's why the judges and stuff hand them sentences that's longer compared to the Caucasian males.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that? I mean, I don't know for sure. For me, it just sounds like racism.
Yeah.
It sounds like they want people of color to be in there longer for
Yep.
people of other races.
Yeah.
That's been going on forever.
And it's just another form of slavery, and it's just like the 13th Amendment says that slavery is illegal except for imprisonment.
Yeah.
And majority of blacks is in or the majority of people in the prisons are blacks, and we only make up what 13% of the population
That's yeah.
in America.
How does that
Like,
work?
Come on now,
How does that
it's not adding up.
How is that not institutional racism? I mean, hey, I like to, there's problems in the world, right? But
Yeah.
I also like to look at the solution side.
Me too.
I mean, there's in November we got a presidential election coming up. By the way, are you registered to vote?
You already know I am.
Okay,
You already know I'm voting.
perfect.
18. I'm 19 though, but I'm registered, so I turn 18.
And there's a saying: if you don't vote, you don't count.
Yep.
So I went to. I don't think I've ever told this story on here, but in high school,
Yeah.
in 10th or my junior year, I went for 10 days to the South to learn about the Civil Rights Movement.
Ooh,
There was a group called Sojourn to the Past. A gentleman from Cappuccino High School up in San Bruno started this program, and then turned it into a private company where they take students from not just the Bay Area but a lot of other places, and they take them to the South to learn about civil rights and the Civil Rights Movement by going to landmarks and meeting important people. Minnie Jean Brown, Tricky, was on my bus the whole 10 days. I don't know if you ever heard of Brown versus Board of Education.
No, but I never heard of that.
Brown versus Board of Education was the order by the Supreme Court to desegregate schools and integrate. And that's based on her.
Oh,
and the Little Rock Nine. She was on my bus
Little
the
Rock
whole
9,
10 days. One of the Little Rock Nine was on my bus the whole 10 days. And, these historic people I got to meet. I got to march the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma with Congressman
Bridge.
John Lewis. He was the one that marched hand in hand with Dr.
MLK,
King.
Dr. King.
And got beaten on Bloody Sunday.
Damn.
I'm getting emotional even talking about, not teared up, but I'm it's just taking me back to being there.
It's crazy what they had to endure during that time.
To bring people of all color these rights. Listen, if it wasn't for the black people specifically from the South that fought for civil rights, all people of color in this country, brown, black, beige, whatever, would not be having the rights that they have today.
Exactly.
Point blank, period. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And history isn't like a huge subject for most people. You know what I mean? But for me, it was the only one that I was good at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just important to tell those stories, and that's why, for me, voting is important.
Yeah.
I met the oh man, you can put me on the spot. I forget their name. Jeez. Oh, I met the Damer family. They were in Mississippi. There was a wealthy man, and he was very light-skinned black man. You know what I mean? But he was black nonetheless. He paid for all of the people in his county to go get to pay for their voters' ID tax.
Okay, that's
because
good.
that's a way that they were making it so that people of color couldn't vote.
Oh yeah,
because they had no money to pay for their voter
and then
ID.
Especially in the areas of low income, people don't really have money to do that, so they create different laws and stuff for us not to vote because they know that our vote counts the most.
So to combat that, he paid for all the people of color in, I believe it was Hattiesburg, Mississippi, to pay. He paid their tax. He paid for them to go vote. And you know what the local clan did?
What they do?
They burned his house down and murdered him. So I met his family. I met his descendants, his children and his grandchildren.
Damn.
And they're the ones that handed me the form to vote. And they're the ones that told me, if you don't vote, you don't count. It sounds nice.
That's giving me chills.
It sounds nice from somebody to say, oh, if you don't vote, you don't count. But when you meet a civil rights leader where their family is the reason why we're able to vote.
And that's where the history comes in.
100%.
That's where the history comes in.
So if there's anything I could tell y'all out there, please vote. Even if you don't like the candidates, vote at least on the measures. Vote at least on the laws. Vote, vote. If you don't vote, you really do not count.
And that's something that I'm just now really. They say voting matters too, and voting is good, but you should really educate yourself on who you voting for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not just vote just to vote.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody told you it's the right thing.
And I don't know everything when it comes to politics, and I feel that, I need to go and further educate myself more and go look at the historians and the political leaders, like how you experienced. That's something that I would love to go endure, and
Definitely.
just look at.
And that's kind of what this podcast is about, too. Talkingshift. It was about shifting our minds, shifting society to something, better. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it right now, right here today, but hopefully over time we could do something, make a
Yeah.
difference. If we could change one person's mind, man, that's worth it to me. You feel
Yep.
me?
Hell yeah.
But
Cause you can't kill an idea.
hey, man, like
Hell no.
I had a dream. It's still here. They still are.
It is.
Yeah, man. Craziness. I was at that place. We went to Stone Mountain, Georgia, which is where the Ku Klux Klan originated. And they have the equivalent of a Mount Rushmore for the KKK. They have the 3 people that started it on a huge mountain, just like Mount Rushmore. This is in Georgia. So,
Well, this is something that I was
you
never
know what
taught
they
in
did
school either.
when we were there? The very first day the group was there, we sat there, looked at that at night, and they played the Martin Luther King "I Have a Dream" speech, played it off of that wall, and it was an emotional trip, and it was a really life-changing trip. I realized that to educate yourself, you don't have to just listen to your teachers at school. There's plenty of ways to educate yourself.
And reading is the most important one.
There's reading, there's podcasts, there's documentaries. If you like me, like reading is just never came natural. There's audiobooks, but the point being is you need to educate
Yep,
yourself.
like Vice.
Vice.
Vice
Hey,
is another
the thing
good
about
one.
Vice though too is Vice is owned by Fox and Viacom, so
Oh, it is. Oh,
they all
I
have
did
their
not.
own agendas too.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Well, never
So
mind.
just be knowledgeable about
Yeah.
those types of things. Just
Well,
know.
I'm glad that you educated on me about that
Yeah.
one. And see, I learned something new from you. You learn something new from everybody every day.
Hey, I learned something new from
It's
you.
networking.
What?
See,
Yeah.
networking.
That's what that's what this podcast is about. Just like I said earlier, meeting new people, meeting cool people,
Hell
spreading
yeah.
ideas, spreading positivity, and hopefully, inspiring change.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So what do you hope to kind of what do you hope to inspire with Disabled Gang and your videos? What do you want your message to be, man?
So my message for people is to just basically be you and don't change for nobody. You know what I'm saying? Love who you are and love the skin you're in. Because from all the bullying and stuff that I endured, if I would have changed my arm and fixed it, I probably wouldn't be in this predicament. I probably wouldn't have been able to help all these people or plan to help all these people with disabled gang, you know what I'm saying? Or tell that person, like, hey, look, you got that disability. I can tell you how to gain confidence or give you the right tools, you know what I'm saying? Like, love your disability.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's what makes you unique.
What was the first step for you to loving your disability, man?
One of my first steps to loving my disability was my mom. She just always taught me to just love myself because it makes me different. And every time I would just step outside, I would just look at myself and look at others and be like, you know what? Even if I don't speak to them, they gonna remember me. And I just look at that like a positive thing.
That's true.
And it might come and save me.
That could.
You never know.
Hey, man, you stood out in my head, definitely, man.
Yeah.
I saw you a couple times before I ever even got the chance to talk to you, man. And I was always like, there's a reason why we met each other.
Yeah,
maybe,
you
man.
already know. It's a reason for everything. Hell yeah.
I'm not I don't know. I have varying views on like higher powers and God and things like that.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know that I don't believe it, but I don't know that I believe it. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Me, I'm how can I say this? I don't know if I should say this on air, but I see.
There's just sometimes though where I'm like, God, there's got to be a God. You know what I mean? There's sometimes when certain shit happens and lines up where I'm like, there's no other way that this
something
could
ain't
be
right. Like
than God, or
it has to be. Yeah.
Hey man, maybe that you ever heard of that what's that theory? Simulation theory?
I
Have you
believe
ever heard
so.
of that?
Yeah, I believe so.
Sometimes it seems like that too, though. Life be weird like that.
It do be weird, man.
Yeah, brother.
It's hella weird.
Well, shit, man. I don't know. Charlie, did you have anything that you wanted to? Any questions, man? Did I not touch on anything?
No, I'm pretty sure. It's just like shout outs or anything.
Oh yeah, man. You know what? You
Oh
need
yeah,
to
shout
let
out.
everybody know where, like your socials and where they can find you on
Oh
YouTube.
yeah. So my Instagram. So this is my social media. So my Instagram is reckless Cii, reckless, and then Cii CII, and then
Yeah.
my videography page for my Instagram is Cinematic Cii, cinematic with a K, CII, and then I want to give a shout out. You know what I'm saying, to my mom, to Devin. I want to give a shout out to my boy Devin. He out there in the Middle East right now.
Oh
You know what I'm
damn.
saying, fighting for us. So I want y'all to send prayers and blessings his way. Make sure
Man,
he
he
come
come
home
back safe,
and his
man.
people with a safe return. You know
Yes,
what I'm
yes,
saying? With
100%.
with Devin, Jamie,
Stop scamming.
Dewey, Zaire, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Them was my day ones right there. Them my guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, shoot, and shout out to Miles, man, for
Yeah, my
helping you
mama.
get you out.
Yeah,
Man, she tight. She
I
seemed
love her.
cool.
I love my mom. She the reason why I'm here.
You know what? Now that let me ask you about that actually.
Yeah.
How did you? When did you first get into cannabis? Like, when did you first try cannabis actually for medicine?
I first tried cannabis for medicine when I got 18. It was for like a video I seen on YouTube, and then I had went to like a friend's party, and then I seen them smoking.
Why you got to smirk though? I feel like you smoked before that, boy. Fast
Mama
smirks.
watching this.
All right, never mind. He was 18. He had his med card and everything. Hey man, you know what? I think on that note, brother, you know we gonna have you back for surely.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait to be able to show my people show all the my what should I say, not my followers, my fans,
Yeah, the fans,
the watchers, the viewers, the family. There we go, the Shift family. I can't wait to show them your story, man, and spread
And I
some awareness
appreciate
about
that.
your condition. I don't even really want to call it a disability. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you haven't let it disable you at any point, and you
I
do.
appreciate that, man.
You just don't. I hope people can realize that he's doing with essentially one hand, one arm,
And also too,
what people with everyday faculties are doing. So if you guys can't cut it, y'all are being lazy.
hell yeah.
What's
And then
up?
also too, in basketball, bro, I want y'all to see my half court basketball shot, cause man, my 3-point shooter, deadly. It's deadly, bro. It's deadly.
We gonna see
and
that.
I got an arm. I got an arm like Mahomes, bro. Like,
Man, I can't even shout him out after that. Hey, we gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to link with you, man. Make a video.
Yeah.
We could go test some weed out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bring Chuck through.
Hell yeah.
We could do something cool.
And I could roll up for y'all too. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
since
saying?
I have garbage. Man, I'm like the only dude in the Bay that can't roll a blunt, huh? Shit. Well, hey, man, it's your boy GM, Charlie, Cinematic Cii.
Yep, your boy Cii.
Man, if you guys could shoot us a follow, check us all out. Disabled Gang, man. Follow, like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell on that subscribe.
You already know.
We gonna have this whole thing up and running here soon. We getting it. I hope you guys like how we do it broken down now. Man, I'm kind of stuck. It's your
That's
boy
that weed.
GM, Talkingshift. Shout out Cavi Cone, Elevated San Francisco.
Yep.
Yee.
Shout out Talkingshift for having me on the episode. You know what I'm saying, for the podcast. They the real ones.
Yes, yeah, man.
Yee.
Yes. Charlie, anything? Say something.
Something.